Hi guys, this is Nicki, the creator of Nicki's Homemade Crafts. Today I would like to teach you how to make this hat. I call it the Swirly Heart Hat because it's swirly. So I used the waistcoat stitch for this. It's also called the knit stitch, which seems to be trending right now. I posted a video on Facebook a couple weeks ago and it went viral. Over 400,000 people saw it, so thank you for that. Anyways, so I was asked multiple times to show how to really do this. So the video I showed and the video that's on my YouTube channel currently just focuses on the stitch. But I was asked from a lot of people to show this one specifically on a hat. So today I would like to do that. So I started this hat already. It's for this video purpose, it's not all the way done. So I'm gonna show it to you with different colors because I don't have the same colors again, so I'm sorry. But that's not the point. I'm trying to teach you how to start this. So I started on the bottom with a brim, so a band that I connected, I believe right here. And then I start the stitches around and I do it in continuous rounds. So let me show you. There's no edge anywhere. It literally goes around and around and around and continues. So you pretty much stop whenever you think you want to stop. I should mention a couple of things. So first of all, the waistcoat stitch is not very stretchy. So it is a little thicker because you have, so by the way, this is how the inside looks like. It's not too bad considering it's a hat and it's not like loose or anything, so you can't get stuck unless you have some pins or something in your hair. But that shouldn't be technically when you're wearing something like that. So because it has a double yarn that you're taking with you, and because you're going over a previous one, you're not going into those spaces in between. It is kind of almost like a double layer, so therefore it is actually a little bit thicker. It is more for, like, I guess the winter times. I don't mind it. I live in San Diego, so it's actually not very cold over here unless you go out in the evening, but again, we never have snow unless you drive 2 hours, then you have snow. But I like these hats regardless, so I wear them even, you know, in the San Diego cold times, even it's not super cold. I'm originally from Germany, so I know what cold means. But anyways, so it is a little thicker. It is not super stretchy. It's a hint stretchy. So keep that in mind when you're making this hat, that you might have to add a couple more stitches than you think you do, considering that it is not super stretchy. So on the bottom you can see it is super stretchy. But then when you come on here in this area, you can see I can't stretch super far. So this is stretchier than this part, okay? So let me get started. So first of all, let's start on the brim and then I'll explain to you this pattern right here. So let's see. I have a different color here, so hope you don't mind. I'm just trying to show you how I do this. So this is a worsted weighted yarn. I actually use two different kinds just for this demonstration purpose. So this one that I'm using to demonstrate, I like two different kinds actually, I should mention that. My two favorite yarn that I use quite often is the Deborah Norwell collection Everyday Softed Worsted yarn. I think they have two different kinds. This one is the heather one, and then I have here one that does not say heather on it. So I have two different kinds that I really like. So that's those, and then I have the Bernat satin yarn. So these are my absolute favorites. They're super soft and they're easy to work with. So I'm not sure which ones are your favorites. A lot of people I heard like Red Heart. I have some Red Heart. I'm okay with it, but these are just my favorites. Okay, so I start out with a chain of 8. Let me see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. See, I'm gonna turn my focus off because for some reason my camera keeps focusing if I don't do it manually. All right, hopefully everything is fine. Okay, so I do a chain of 8. So again, we're working on the brim on the bottom, correct, for right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, can't count when I'm talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I prefer, and that's, you know, everyone's choice. Most people would now, so first we would go into the second chain from the hook, which would be 1, 2, it would be this one. I prefer not doing it from this direction. I prefer doing it from the back. So that's just me, but you know, everyone is different. So if you do it the normal way, well, normal way, I guess the way most people do it, they just go in here and just do a single crochet. I don't, I prefer going from the back. It's just for me neater, so you know, some people prefer that way. So you do just a row of single crochet, whether you do it, you know, in just a normal space, or if you do it in the hump in the back. Let me show you that little hump here. I don't know if you, let me see, I have to focus this manually now. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Let's see. Okay, so there's this little hump right here. So this is the V's on one side, and here's the hump on the other side. Oh, now you can see it better. So here's the hump, and here's the V, okay? So I go into that little hump. I'm not sure if it's actually called a hump. I just call it that way. Okay, so as I said, a row of single crochet, just normal, nothing special. So you should have 7 stitches by the end. Go in here. Okay, so you can double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you chain 1 and turn. So now we're doing it differently. So now we're going to focus on the back loop only. So here's the front and here's the back. Okay. So the first and the last stitch, I like to do normal single crochet. So meaning you don't focus on the back one, you do the full one, and then on the middle one, so the 5 in the middle right here, you'll do the back loop only. So I'll show you what I mean. So the first one, I do a normal single crochet, as you can see, I go through both loops here. Normal single crochet. And now for the next 5 stitches, I do a back loop only. So I ignore this front loop and I just go through the back loop. Just for the 5 stitches in the stitches in the middle, like that. And then for the last one, I do a normal typical single crochet again, like this. And then chain 1 and turn. And then just continue doing the same thing. So the first one is a normal one, and then the next 5, like this, where you only go through the back loop. And then the very last one, you do a normal single crochet. And then you can see that it's kind of getting kind of wavy right there. Okay, let me show you from the side so you kind of see it. So you're just going to continue doing that as far as you have to. So now, so because of tension, everyone has a different tension, the way they hold the yarn, the way they do the stitches. I try to say the way I do it, meaning how many rows I do, but you know, if you do it for different head sizes, sorry, again, I'm foreign, so I'm sorry about that, you probably have to either extend it or shorten it. So I suggest people always to measure the head circumference, and that way they know exactly how long they have to make this brim. So I already did the long version right here. Sorry, again, it's a different color. So I did the I did it already. Let me see here. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit for a second. So this is in blue, but it's still burnout satin. And I did exactly as I just told you, just that I did it this long. See here, you can see it's quite long. So I didn't measure how long this is. I just held it against my head currently, just for the purpose of demonstrating this. It is, I believe, 69 rows, if I counted them right. And then once you finish your brim, all you have to do is fold it in half, make sure it's not twisted somewhere, and then you do slip stitches. Okay, so I think I forgot it. Chain one, and then you just go and do your slip stitches like that, just to connect the two, so it turns into a circle. I just go through the, should be 4 loops in total. Oopsie, last one. I have 4 here? No, there's missing one. Okay, so it should be, I think 7. I didn't count mine now. That should be about right. Okay, and then you chain 1, and now you have them connected right here. You can see that's connected right here. And then you turn it the inside out so that the slip stitch part is in the inside. And now you just do single crochet all the way around it. Okay, mine is a little twisted here. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit again so you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, it's a blue color. Might be hard to see. I'm sorry. I should have picked a different color for this purpose. I have a lot of light. Hopefully you can see. I mean, I'm just doing single crochet all the way around it. So now here comes the point where you have to know how many you have to do. And that's where some people have problems with it, okay? Some people say, okay, I'm doing it in every hole that I see, every little space I see, I make one. Well, you can do that, but you have to depend on what pattern you're doing. So let me go back and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I did my brim right here, and then I did a row of red. Let me see. Ooh, you can't see that. Okay. So a row of red single crochet. And my pattern, this one right here, let me use my hook so you can see it. So this one has 1 red. I'm gonna just pick a random one right here so you see the difference. So 1 red, and then there is, I don't even know what color this is. What is this one called? This one is called Toasted Marshmallow, because you can see it has a different shades of that color. It kind of, I guess it's a little variegated, but anyways, so I have here the red, and then I have the toasted marshmallow color. Let me call it beige just for, because it's a little shorter. And there's 3 of them. So in total, this repeat is 4 stitches right here. So what I did for this one, because I wanted to get into continuous rounds, I just, you know, picked a number that is divisible by 4, sorry about that, by 4, which is in my case 68. So, and then I subtracted 1 because I wanted to shift. So I did here 67 stitches in red, okay? And then I just went continuously without slip stitching anywhere, and continuously went and did my stitches. So let me show you what I mean by that. So first I need to make a row of single crochet with my blue one. So I'm going to put this away again. Okay, let me see if I'm in the right spot. So sometimes you may have to make multiples, you know, like a double single crochet in one spot, so 2 single crochet in the same space. You just have to kind of play it around and see. What I start usually with is I just make in every single space I see, I make 1, and then I might have to make in the end, you know, 2 of them. But you just have to count it. It's a try and error in the beginning to make sure it's not, you know, cramped in one spot and very loose in the other. So you just do single crochet all the way around it, and I did it for this specific hat in the same color, so that it's an easy transition. So I'm just gonna go all the way around without counting currently, and then we'll count and then see if I have to add or subtract any single crochet. So again, while I'm doing this, let me explain to you again. So remember, it is a repeat of 4 or a multiple of 4. So if you make it for a smaller hat, just pick a number that you can divide by 4 and then subtract 1. That's how you figure out how to make this hat for, let's say, a toddler. You know, so let's say for him it's 48. You know, 48 is divisible by 4. Then you just say, okay, I have to make 47 stitches all the way around. So again, the brim is already the size that you need for, let's say, in this case, my example was a toddler. Then you just make 47 stitches around it in this case. But again, you know, I would add a little bit more if you have to, or just try it out for a couple rows, and yes, you might have to frog it. But because the stitch is a little tighter, it can be hard to tell whether you're doing it right or wrong. So just try it out. For example, I like my hats a little bit tighter, not super tight, but a little tighter, because that way I make sure it doesn't, you know, slip away or slide off. Some people like it a little looser, but really it depends on the preference. I will write it down the way I made it, so the way I like it, and of course I hope that other people like it that way too. So again, I'm just doing that first row of single crochet, very normal single crochet, nothing fancy yet. Though I have to say the waistcoat stitch is not fancy, it's just a hint different. Okay, so now I almost finished my row here. So as I said, I didn't count, so let me count real quick how many stitches I have here. Okay, start here. I'll do it in my head real quick here. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Okay, so I did 70, which is almost divisible by, so 72 is divisible by 4. So I guess I'll just do 1 extra. Okay, so I'll just put 1 extra in here. So it's 71. I have 70 currently. And now instead of doing a slip stitch, I start with a new color. But because I don't want this color right away to, let me show you again on my hat that I made. So I want the primary color to be let me call it beige, even though it's called toasted marshmallow. So I want it to be the beige. So I'm going to switch now so that you don't see the transition. I'm going to take the last stitch and don't finish it like this. So I have 2 loops on my hook. And now I'm going to add the color that I want. So all you have to do is, this is actually, let me see here. This one is burnished satin, and this one is called, I guess, lapis. Hopefully I'm saying this right. And this blue one here is admiral. So this is not white. Hopefully you can't really see that it's not white, but it's a bluish color. You can see it here a little bit. It's blue, like a light baby blue. So okay. So I'm not making a knot or anything. I'll knot these up later. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'll just hold them down for a moment here because they're gonna come with me anyways. So, so instead of making a slip stitch, and it might be a little hard to tell right now, but you're gonna see some V's right there, okay? So you're just going into that V, and then you create a new V. No, I didn't go into that V. Let me see here, where's my V? The first one is always a little harder to see. Let's see. I think it's right here. Okay, so V, and I do 3 of them. Oh, I forgot to mention, you guys need to make sure that the tension is loose when you do this. Oh, I forgot to carry my yarn. So make sure your tension is loose. So what I do is I kind of make the loop a little bit bigger, okay? So that it creates a looser tension. So I didn't do that on my first row of single crochet. Not a big deal, just one row a little bit tighter. Okay, so now the next one I want it to be blue. Okay, so again it's 3 of the light blue and then 1 of the dark blue. Okay, so you go through right here, and then all I do is take one through here. Oop, pull a little bit too much. Again, I made a bad choice. I made it a dark blue. I shouldn't have done that for this purpose. It's okay though. And you finish it up with this one. So again, you're going into that V. Okay? So you're not going into that space. Oh, did I do right? Yeah. So you're going all the way around it and just continually going all the way around. So let me do a couple more stitches and then I'll show you on that red one. It's a little easier to see on the red one what I'm doing. Okay, so just go all the way around. Here would be another blue. So you can see it's 3 light, 1 dark, 3 light, 1 dark. So let me put this away because this is hard to see and show you on this one again. This is a little bit easier to see for you guys. Again, I'm sorry. I should have not picked blue. I didn't think about that. Just like that color, but it's hard to see on a video camera. So let me show it to you again. So a normal single crochet goes into this space right here. This is where the normal single crochet goes. But the waistcoat stitch goes into this V right here. Okay? So I carry my red yarn over here in the back. So when you have loose tension, it's very easy to go in there. Okay? And you just do the top part above the V, above this V, looks like a normal single crochet. Just you go not into the space, but into that V. Okay? So I do 3 of those. And because I shift it, you can see that I have to do a red now. And just pull the red and finish it up with a beige. And then you just continue for as many rows as you like or need. You know, you can make it slouchy and just make it a little longer. So you can see I make 3 of this beige color and then a red. So let me show you again. So you go into this V right there. That's very easy actually. It's very easy and pretty stitch. It looks like knitted. That's what I like about it. Looks like you knitted it. Okay, so this is how you do the stitch. And then when you're done, when you have your desired length, so let me see how many rows I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 32. So I'm working on row 32 currently. So that's probably where I'm gonna stop. And then I fasten it off, and then I sew take one of those yarns, probably I take the beige one, and then go through skipping 3 stitches. I would probably skip the beige ones and then go through all the red ones. Okay, so what you do is you sew through like this direction and then this direction and then this direction, like a wave. Sew a yarn all the way through, and then you pull, and then you tie it up from the inside, and then you have your hat, and then you can add like a pom-pom on top, like this, pom-pom on top. Or you leave it just partially open, like, you know, just so you can make it into a messy bun. It's totally up to you. In fact, you can even make it always loose so that you can go back and forth between a hat and a messy bun. And in fact, you can even put it down to your neck and have a neck warmer. So this is how you do this hat. I hope this was clear, and I hope that people understand how to do this now. So you just pretty much continue in rounds, continue and continue. I don't want to do the entire pattern and show to you because that takes hours. So I just wanted to show you step by step how to do that, and then all you have to do is continue on and continue on as much as you need it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I hope you can give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have many more videos to come on different cool patterns. I always have new ideas. I have to be careful that I'm not overwhelming myself because I have so many new ideas. So there's a lot more to come. I'm excited for you guys to see it. You have a link below to the pattern, the written pattern. And yeah, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.